This looks freaking insane when it's powdered. Whoa. Okay. You guys, welcome to today's video. Today I have my Lisa Eldridge goodies. They arrived in the mail yesterday, which was a very pleasant surprise because the tracking was a little bit strange, and I thought they were going to be here next week. And of course it's coming by United States Postal Service, which if you don't follow up on the news, they are purposefully slowing down. So I got all 4 colors of the lipsticks. I did not receive is the wrong word. I paid for all of this. I did not buy any of the new glosses. I'm not a huge gloss person. If you saw my video, The Ultimate Guide to Lisa Eldridge Lipsticks, I told you that I really don't like glosses that much. But recently I did a makeup look where I kind of had to make a concoction to get the right lip color. I had it in my mind, and I was wondering if Myth was going to be that color. So I did buy Myth. And we're going to test that after we test these because it has a lot more color than you think it does. And I didn't get any of the pencils. I'm the kind of person who I don't really do pencils that much. Yes, my lips are uneven, but as you get older, it becomes harder to do that. My vermilion is pretty pronounced, so it's hard for me to overline. And I tend to have pencils that are all kind of the same thing. I tend to gravitate towards that no matter what. So I decided the next time I'm wearing a lipstick where I feel like, I wish I had a liner for this, I'll go to her site and see if there's anything that will work and order it and get back to you. I do have the red one that I got in the kit, I don't know, maybe a year ago, and it's very nice. I am coming to you barefaced. I have used my skincare and my sunscreen, and today I am doing the sunscreen that posted yesterday, which is Innisfree or Isnfree, I can't remember, Tree. There's Innisfree and Isntree. Hyaluronic acid, watery gel, SPF 50+++. I mixed it with something else that I had just a little bit of, just for shits and giggles, but that is giving me a little bit of a shine. And I got the card. Yes, the foundation card and my broken glasses, and I can hardly read it with my glasses, you guys. This intelligently formulated okay, that's not going to work. This intelligently formulated self-setting foundation blends effortlessly to smooth and unify skin with a natural-looking, soft focus finish. The skin-friendly formula gives customizable, medium coverage that fuses seamlessly with your skin. Start with a little and build to your desired level of enhanced perfection. I want to be perfect. Now, Lisa told us that she wears shade 11, which I have in here. These look kind of dark to me, but they're against a white background that can make them look a lot darker. I think I'm going to do 11. This has 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is 11. We're going to go in. If you are like me and you are a very big Lisa Eldridge fan, you have seen her put on foundation many, many times and many, many ways. I am a finger person. I much prefer to put on with finger, and I've seen her do that as well. I've also seen her use a flat brush to apply and a kabuki to blend. And I don't have a kabuki like hers. She uses a Zoeva. I have 2 things here, one by Sigma and one by Sephora. It's no longer being made, but I've seen other people make this kind of brush. This has a core in the middle. I feel that the Sigma is much more dense than this one, and to her, she has said you kind of take the excess off with that. I don't like to take off any excess, so I'm going to do this, and I'm going to apply the way she applies. So normally she would put on her hand and pick up that way, but you know, because of what we're doing here, I am just going to pick up straight out of the bubble. And I have chosen a shirt today that should go with all the lipstick colors. Now, I can't tell you how this feels because I'm not using it with my fingers, but we're just going to keep on going because it can. Now, I have seen her not only apply this way, but kind of spread out with this. This is a Chanel brush. And the tone The color seems a little bit yellow to me. This isn't on her website yet, so I can't tell you what kinds of tones she does. If she's offering, you know, cool undertones, warm undertones, and neutral undertones. But this one seems to be kind of yellowish in its undertone. My face is a teeny bit red today because I cleansed with a lactic acid cleanser. And for some reason, I'm the only person on the planet who, I have no problem with glycolic, but lactic acid I'm sensitive to. And I do always have redness down here. So I'm just going to bring some to the jaw area. Yeah, this is why I don't like brushes. There's so much detail that I am not getting around the nose and the mouth with something like this. Then I'm going to go in with this brush and kind of just work everything in. This color actually seems good for me. I always thought Lisa was a little bit lighter because she uses the Chanel Aqua in 20, and 20's too light for me. Wow. It's getting really dark. It's only noon, but we had rain, so the light's a little bit different today, and I kind of wish that it wasn't. But don't worry, we will come back and do the lipsticks under another condition. Maybe I'll be doing a dupe video because they've already sold out. She has said, you know, stay tuned for updates on restock, which means virtually nothing. I mean, it acknowledges I sold out, but she didn't say it will be weeks or months. Last time she released something and she sold out right away. I figured, well, it won't come out until her next release, but it did. She restocked, I feel, in a couple of months. But anyway, we will have more than one look. But this is the first look, and this foundation color seems to be friggin' spot on. Now, because I use this, I didn't get a lot of coverage, and there's still some left in the bubble. So I'm going to tape this closed so it doesn't dry up, and try it again tomorrow. So, I did have my skincare on, which had a little bit of a wet feeling. I think I got the same finish that my skincare offered me. So it's hard to tell what this finish is, but this is what I usually have. So it's important for me to not change my skincare when I'm trying a new foundation. I think the color is really good. I would say that the coverage is, you know, medium to light medium. I still see stuff that I would prefer not to see, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. We could add a little bit. Let's add with the fingers. Let's just add a little bit to the cheeks so that redness is no longer there. And I'm just going to pat it, which is not how I usually put on foundation, but I don't want to move it too much because I want to cover this area very specifically. So it builds nicely. Sometimes when you try to build with a foundation, you can see where you've added some and it just looks like you didn't blend it well. It's like, lady, take a look in the mirror, you have an issue. I'm going in with the Lancome concealer. They work together very nicely. I am going to trough right here, so I'm just going to work on that, and then we'll come back to this and probably blend it one more time. But no problem with that. Usually I do a cream, but I am curious about powders for, you know, the rest of the stuff. Do a little bronzer, do a little contour. I just did an either or in my head, and I decided, let's do powders. Let's give it a try. This is the Suq blush brush that Lisa loves, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury. And this color is fantastic for contour. Okay, no problem at all. Zero, no problem. I didn't powder my face, but there was no skipping. There was nothing weird happening. So, points. Let's try a bronzer, and I'm going to use the same brush And this is Chaleur from Sept. It's actually a blush, but I thought, oh wow, this is a pretty decent color for me for a bronze. Just a little bit. I don't think bronzer's super appropriate in the winter time, but I just want to see how everything works together. For the moment, I'm going to leave it like that because I don't know what blush I want to use, because the lipstick colors will kind of help dictate that. And I guess what I need to do is put on a little bit of eyeshadow, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I just put one shadow all over the lid, a little bit of mascara, a little bit of liner, and a little bit of brows, and took the hair down. I love the way this looks, but it is so dark, and I just need to see something in daylight because it's more light and I'm blind, and also, you know, most of us need to look at our foundations to make a determination in sunlight. But this is very promising, really pretty. I will be taking a look at it again for sure, and I'll let you know if it reminds me of anything. So far it doesn't. Now let's go on to the lipsticks. We're going to do light to dark, and the first one is Intrigue, which I thought, yikes, this is too light for me, but I decided to get it anyway. Intrigue. This is the kind of nude I'm definitely afraid of. I just don't think it does anything for me. But I put this on last night, and I had a darker eye on because I got this also yesterday. We're going to do a video on that another time, but I had a darker eye with this, and I thought it worked very nicely. So for me, a little tough, but at night probably would work. And you probably would want to use a liner on something like this because, well, I don't know. This is still a big mystery to me. Meaning nudes. Color is peachy pink in its nature, as opposed to beige or cool. Natasha Denona has some very cool nudes. A little bit better with a liner. This liner is by Osmosis, and I don't think they make it anymore because I've looked. But there. Intrigue. Let's move on to Petal. Petal. So when you compare the two, you can see that this one has a lot more color to it. It's a lot more vibrant, where this looks quite muted. This is definitely a warm pink, just like this is a warm nude. When I hold it up to my lips, it looks like, this kind of looks like my lip color. It's really creamy and comfortable. And again, I'm so bummed that I don't have natural light to show this to you, but I do feel that this color is much more of a Your Lips, but better. On my hand, it seems quite vibrant, but on my face, I wouldn't say that it is. Not when I'm looking in the mirror or my computer right here. When I'm looking here, yes, it's an interesting mix how you can get that vibrancy without it being too deep in tone. I don't know how to explain it. It's very interesting to be able to get both of those at one time. This is Petal. Blush lightly. Now, this is the first cool color to me. This is warm. This is definitely warm pink, and this has that bluish undertone. This is a lighter version of the color Blush, which was very popular. But many people got in touch with her and said it was a little too deep in tone and to please consider making something for more fair skin tones, and she listened, and she did, and here it is. I happen to love the color Blush, but I also felt like it was quite a statement. And this one too, while Petal could be kind of Your Lips but better, this one is more finished looking. This one looks like I made an effort, but I'm not hitting in the face with some color. I'm not making a statement. I just want to look my best. I want to look pretty. Nothing more than that. It's not complicated. I think it's a very pretty color, and I think it'll work on many skin tones, medium and lighter. But I don't know, on darker skin tones it might be interesting. I can't say. I only have my skin tone, and that's those three. Let's go on to Cinnabar. Cinnabar. So we have two warms, a cool, and a red. That is a warm red, 100%. Lots of orangey yellow undertone in this one. And I happen to love this kind of color. There is some red in my sweater today. There's some red, there's a cool pink, there's some warm colors, so I thought this would kind of work with everything. I enjoy this kind of color in the wintertime, in the fall time. I think most of us do, but I know, Lucy. But I think it's quite lovely. It's interesting the color choices that she went with this release. She really mixed it up a little bit and did some warm things for this time of year, and I really like that. Now I want to show you what Myth looks like, so I'm going to take this off, and there she is right there. This is blue. This is one of those blueberries, and I tried it on last night. There's a lot of color here. So the other things I have from her lip glosses are pretty light. Now I can say firsthand that this will stain your lips, so when the color goes, there's still color on your lips, and you don't have to go through the trouble of putting this on, making sure it doesn't go over your vermilion, it's not on your teeth, it's not over here. You can just put a little clear gloss over the stain that this leaves, and this is a lovely kind of fall color, right? Very comfortable. Of course, it doesn't last a long time, glosses don't, but the color will last you, not at this level, but it will last you. And that is going to wrap up this video. Again, you know, if it was sunny, I would be pulling out some other things to do some swatches, to do some comparisons. So I am going to do another video. She is sold out of these 4 new lipsticks, and I doubt they'll be coming in the next 2 weeks. So within the next 2 weeks, there will be another video where we do some comparisons and see if there is something else out there. I kind of hate to do that because I don't want to hurt her business. But at the same time, usually when I buy things, I do comparison swatches. Not always, but oftentimes. Sometimes we need to have a reference point. Okay, because of my computer, your computer, my camera, what YouTube does, sometimes colors don't look the same, but if I can present to you a color that you're familiar with to compare against these other colors, you can get a better idea of what the color is. So yes, but no sun, so no go for today. The foundation is very promising. Okay, I'm beginning to see too much shine here, and it's a shine that I'm not in love with. Let's do some blush, and let's do some powder. But I'm just going on with my By Terry powder to kind of knock this down a little bit. And again, I don't think it's the foundation. Oh my God, this looks freaking insane when it's powdered. Whoa, okay. This looks so nice powdered. So this is the By Terry powder, the Wayne Goss airbrush, and that is lovely, and it knocked down the shine, but not the luminosity. I still see a sheen here, which I always do with the By Terry. It's not mattifying, it just knocks everything down. So there's that. And let's go in with a blush. And I'm going back in with Chaleur, which is my bronzer, but it is actually a blush. And I'm going to mix it with something pink from Hermes. I think this is called Plume. And if there's any left up here, there. The skin looks very nice. I can see that blurring effect that she spoke about. It's absolutely there, but when you powder it, it's really there. So if you have skin that is on the drier side, like me, or if you are not starting very shiny like I do because of my sunscreen and my skincare, you're probably going to see that blurring effect in a more exaggerated way. I really, when I saw these colors, I thought, well, we're going to do it, but I'm not sure that's going to work for me. I'm so surprised that the color doesn't seem too yellow, and it really has that blurring effect. And I am looking forward to playing with this one more time. Well, until it's done. I'm going to keep on playing with these because I don't know when it's coming out. Now, that's it. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope you come back again. Until we meet again, be safe and be smart. I'm wishing you good health.